Dobrý večer, přátelé, dobrý večer, ahoj Jiří. Tak opět začínám dneska krapet později. Jak se mi k tomu nedaří dostat zavčasu. Zase jsem unavený, utahaný. Tak uvidíme. Zkusíme tomu dát zase, já nevím, tak hodinečku, 2. Kousíček z příběhu. Zkusíme s tím tady trošičku pohnout. Tak. Čeká nás tady návštěva biskupa. Sudy plné jablek. To jdeme tak trošičku prozkoumat.
My pony needs to be fed soon. Should I take some?
Jasně.
I will take just a couple.
No, zajímavý má myšlenkový pochody. Nakrmíme koníka, poníka.
There you go. You're still hungry, aren't you? Where do I tell the bishop I found it?
Tak. Tady je nějaký barák.
Why would the bishop see me? St. John's Chapel is smaller than this side building. I may lead only a small cell, but that does not mean my matters are of less importance.
Okay. Zase, že nemůžeme nic jiného než jít dovnitř.
Oh, why must I be so nervous? I trust Francis. He knows about these things.
How can I help you?
I have come to see the bishop.
Who may I tell the bishop is visiting?
I am the prior of St. John in the Forest.
And what, may I tell Bishop Wailerin, is the reason for your visit? The bishop insists that I ask.
I am afraid I can only tell the bishop himself.
The bishop wishes to know beforehand.
In this case, we will have to make an exception.
Wait here.
Tak. nic se nedostaneme.
Did I not tell you to wait?
Oh.
Come in. The bishop will see you now. The Right Reverend Bishop Wailerin Bygod.
Please, sit down.
Thank you, Right Reverend.
Please, call me Wailerin. It seems you were a little impatient. But of course, there is nothing wrong with eagerness. Timothy informed me you are the prior of?
St. John in the Forest, Right Reverend.
Then you must be Philip of Gwynedd.
I'm surprised you know my name.
As bishop, I am the ex officio abbot of Kingsbridge. So, I am bound to take an interest.
Well, God has blessed us in St. John.
I wish God would confer similar blessings on Kingsbridge Priory. Tell me, Prior Philip, what brings you here at such a late hour? Timothy said that you will only tell me.
Old Bartholomew of Shiring. Do you know him well?
As bishop, I am much involved in politics. Though, of course, the church can never be involved enough. Bartholomew is a stubborn man. He is opposed to any suggestions from me, and I am his bishop.
I heard the same about the Earl of Gloucester.
How do you know of this? Ah, your brother Francis is working for Earl Robert of Gloucester, is he not? Did he tell you?
Excuse me. No, I heard at a guest house on my way to Kingsbridge. Unfortunately, I rarely see my brother.
You both must be very busy indeed. But why are you bringing up politics? Tell me, Philip, why are you here?
Musíme našlapovat opatrně.
Was I wrong to come to you, my bishop? Maybe I should have taken the letter to the sheriff of Shiring.
Eustace is ungodly, arrogant, grasping and corrupt. So are all sheriffs. Philip, how did you get this letter?
I found it among Prior James's documents in Kingsbridge. I am staying there for a few days.
Prior James. May he rest in peace. Did he not order everything to be burned?
You know about this?
Sub-Prior Remigius mentioned it once.
I asked them not to burn James's books. The brothers agreed.
Well, and there you found the letter.
Yes.
Timothy, leave us. And did you find anything else?
No, just the letter. The messenger carrying it had an accident and died near Kingsbridge. A war would cost so many lives.
God thunders wondrously with his voice.
He does great things that we cannot comprehend. The Book of Job. But this is not the work of God, but of Earl Bartholomew.
You are truly the man I have heard so much about. I will call on friends of mine. Pray for us that we can put an end to Bartholomew's plan before it is too late. You did a brave thing for our church, Brother Philip. A brave thing indeed. You'll go back to Kingsbridge Priory now and forget about the sheriff, won't you?
I will.
And, don't speak of this to anyone there.
I shan't.
Jo. No dobrý, přežili jsme. Tady jsem skončil, OK. Musím jít. By mě někdo sledoval, musím
The
jít.
bishop might be watching. I'd better stay on the path.
Dobře, tak odsud zmizíme.
I'd better feed her before we leave.
Už jsem ho nakrmil.
I already took some. I shouldn't take too many. We should leave. I'd better feed her before we leave. I'd better feed her before we leave. We should leave. I'd better leave. I shouldn't push my luck. We will find you something to eat on the way, old girl.
Did you pack enough food? It will be a while before you get to eat smoked venison again.
Yeah, I took some.
Anyone seen Martha?
She said she had to piss.
All right. I'll go get her.
You're a mason too, right?
Uh-huh.
So, what have you built so far? I'm sure Jack would love to hear about your work.
Houses. I mostly carve rocks. I haven't built.
Tady fňuká. Aha. Ellen a Jack mají doma různé zbraně na krátkou i dlouhou vzdálenost. Ti dva žijí jako psanci mimo společnost a ochranu zákona. Může být neocenitelný nástroj k lovu i sebeobraně. Většina psanců byla kdysi obviněna ze zločinu, ale neobjevila se u soudu. Podle zákona pak jejich smlouvy, nároky a vlastnické právo pozbyly platnosti. Protože psanci nemají žádná práva, může jim kdokoliv způsobit újmu, chytit je a udat. Mnoho psanců se tedy začne ukrývat a krást. OK.
That must be hard work.
Right.
Tell me, how are you getting along?
Fine.
You know, you don't have to be afraid of me.
Ugh. Even the good ones are starting to taste bad.
I'm not afraid. I think I'll go and look for Tom.
They're looking for you.
I don't want to leave. It's so dangerous out there. I don't want to get robbed again.
Já mám prak.
I've got a slingshot.
Maybe you could teach me how to use it.
I will.
Papa usually protects me, but he can't always be around. He needs to take care of himself too.
We're more now. There will always be someone around.
No, that's not true. And I want to stay here where it's safe.
Dáme jí panenku.
This knight is Charles the Great. He will protect you.
Oh. Am I his princess?
You are. Together you are brave and smart and will never give up.
All right. I have to stay steadfast. Thank you, Jack.
Martha! Where are you?
Come on. We're going on a great quest.
On our way, I told Martha the names of my trees. There was the birch, Jerusalem, and the oaks, Alexandria and Byzantium. When I pointed out Rome, she laughed and named an apple tree Southampton. The farther we walked, the merrier she became, christening all the new trees Winchester, Bath, Salisbury, while I grew quieter and quieter. Finally, we arrived at a large road. This heads towards Shiring, Tom said. The strangest name of them all.
Zdá se, že nikam jinam nemůžem.
By noon, we had reached the edge of town. Mother gave us some dry prunes to chew while she argued with Tom whether we should head directly to town or past the palace of the so-called bishop. Tom was hopeful to find work at the palace, but Mother seemed uneasy.
Půjdeme k městu, nebo půjdeme rovnou za biskupem? Zkusíme jít asi rovnou za biskupem.
As we approached the building, Tom noticed the cold in Mother's eyes. Though she had agreed to accompany him to the bishop, she had remained quiet about her true feelings, while Tom didn't see it fit to ask. Gradually, the palace came into view. A servant to the Bishop of Shiring agreed to talk to Tom. He was hesitant, but not unwilling to hire a master builder for the winter. His expression changed, though, when he noticed Mother and me. I am sorry, he said, not unkindly. Maybe the Earl of Shiring will hire you. His castle is nearby, and I heard he may be in dire need of people like you. He smiled encouragingly, then sent us off, claiming his bishop had business to attend to at Kingsbridge Priory.
možná nebyl dobrý nápad tam s nima hnedka chodit. Hrabětov. Tady je nějaký hrabětov.
You don't know me. You're misjudging whatever it is I did. I'm willing to forgive your mistake if you accept my offer now.
This is all about family honor to you, isn't it? Perhaps I should tell you about my mother. She was a happy person who loved to laugh and tell stories, but father made her miserable. Oh, he's not a bad man, but solemn and strict. She hated him so much she died from it.
Are you saying you don't like me?
You're so self-centered. You never think about anyone else's feelings. You have no refinement and you can barely read. What were you expecting?
One day you will see that you are wrong, and then I won't be so forgiving.
All right. Let's hope it's true and the Earl needs us.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Alfred, keep an eye out. I'll be right back. And boys, try to be nicer to each other.
An eye out for what?
Papa wants him to look for things that are broken.
Some people don't know they need a mason until you show them.
Papa could fix their walls or build a house.
One man can build an entire house? I want to see.
Learn what you can, but don't stray too far.
Ugh. Why won't anyone just give me something to eat?
Hello, Jack. Have you ever been to a castle before?
No.
Castles are very safe places. People don't rob you so fast.
Mother told me stories about castles, about knights and princesses.
Oh, like what?
Like the one about Tristan and Isolde. They drank a potion and had to love each other for 3 years.
I know that one. Jack, do you think there's a princess in this castle? It would be so nice to see a real princess one day.
Stay sharp, Jack. People are rarely what they seem. See that knight over there? What does he look like to you?
Vypadá jako kachna. Vypadá jako malý medvěd.
He looks like a small bear.
True, but even small bears can have an appetite for blood. Just because we are out of the forest, that doesn't mean there are no wolves about.
What do you want? Get lost.
Dobře. Dobrá.
Jack, be careful. Don't get too close.
Přejdeme přes dvůr. Okay.
The Earl allowed his daughter to refuse him. How scandalous.
Well, William Hamley is an idiot. I wouldn't marry him either. She deserves someone better. Such a very bright and charming girl.
No, she's an arrogant one, just like her father.
Don't see that. It's not arrogance. It's nobility. You have to be like that if you want people to respect you.
I agree. She will do fine. It's the Earl's son I'm more worried about. To think that coward is set to be next in line.
At least he knows how to order people around.
Right. What a brat.
Tak. Vystoupit na zeď, vrátit se. Dělníci.
Hello, my name is Jack.
Vystoupat na zeď. Pojďme se nahoru. S ním budeme moct promluvit.
What is it, boy? You just want to stand there and stare? All right, then. Let's see what you've got.
Are you a knight?
No talking. That'd be cheating. Ah, reckoned you'd be as ballsy as your ginger, but my mistake. Another time, perhaps. Cheers, lad.
Prostě máme jenom soutěžit v zírání.
Are you a knight?
I'll be damned if I wasn't. Would have risked my life for nothing if all I was supposed to do was bake bread. Be warned, lad. Get a job that pays. Not one where you have to pay for a new horse every time someone kicks your arse. Being a knight costs you, especially when you're also a drunkard. Damn, if only I'd known.
Will you be fighting soon?
Why are you asking? All right, let me tell you a secret. Can you keep a secret? What color is your shite, boy?
Brown.
Nice. Mine's grey, like ash. But that's a secret, isn't it? For my shite's color is neither your nor anyone else's business. So you'd better keep that to yourself. Got it?
Dobře. Ach jo. Musíme to ještě jednou se ho zeptat.
Will you be fighting soon?
Still need to know if you can keep a secret, boy. What's my shite's color again?
Grey, like ash.
Let's try that again. What's my shite's color? Excellent.
Looks like you can keep your mouth shut after all. You want to be in on the real deal now? Then just say the words. What's your bloody secret, Catface?
What's your bloody secret, Catface?
Well put, boy. Well put. For bloody it is. We are all going to fight soon. It's for a thing called loyalty. See, all these knights are loyal to one man, and he is loyal to another. And he then is loyal to yet another, a woman, who is the rightful queen of the English. For some here, loyalty's all about coin and favors and power. But for me, it's all about whom I trust, whom I'd follow all the way to hell for all the right reasons. Going to hell together with confidence and trust. It's what's holding this world together, boy. So, you understood my little secret? Good.
Nepotřebujete zedníka?
Do you need a mason?
Me? Well, these battlements could use a fresh stone or two, but apart from that, I don't know a bloody thing about building, and I don't want to. All I care about is a good sturdy wall and some hot tar to keep my enemies warm. And that reminds me of a story. Want to hear a story, boy? Well, you see, I'm not just one for a good solid tarring. But back in my day, I was also quite the stealthy bastard, if I may say so. So this one time, me and my men lay siege to this castle. While both sides rested for the night, I took my crowbar and swam over it to the enemy. There was this piece of wall where the mortar had gone away, and one could easily look through the holes into their courtyard. So, what did I do? I smoothly tore a hole with my crowbar and snuck inside. Then, what you want to do is hit them where it really hurts. And that's not always the groin. In this case, it was their old well barely standing up. So, one kick, and all its rocks tumbled and covered the hole. From then on, they were without water. The shortest siege in the history of sieges. And not one man died. All because I had an eye on the wall and made good use of that well.
That's what knights do?
Knights do a lot of things, lad.
Jak to obléhání dopadlo? My jsme ani nestihli říct třeba, že ne, že si ten příběh nechceme poslechnout.
How did you end that siege again?
I looked for a wall where the mortar was gone. I kicked in their ramshackle well. Easy.
Huh.
What a strange boy.
Okay. Tak. Víc tady asi nevymyslíme.
Are you knights?
We are? Why, you want to be like us?
Like you?
Tell you what,
Snatch us some food from the keep, and we might train you.
Very good. That should be a valuable first lesson.
Jaký jídlo tamhle tuď? No, nejdřív se budeme podívat asi sem. Tam se nepodíváme. čím tady reagovat? Nemůžeme. Interagovat. Jdeme se hned nějakou baštu.
Watch your step, you little twit.
Don't mind him, boy. That's just William Hamley. He was hoping for a princess, but all he got was a boot.
What's he doing? Do you think he forgot something?
His dignity, perhaps?
Look, you strike me as an honest worker, but we have a right who does all the repairs for us.
Then something else, maybe? I heard rumours that there's all kinds of work here.
Well, unfortunately, it's not builders we're looking for. Actually, it's quite the opposite.
I understand. Thank you for your consideration. Walk with me, boy.
I'm sorry, boy. The Lady Aliena won't see any visitors today.
Lady Aliena?
A charming young woman. She lives on top of the keep.
Like a princess?
Well, no. Although, I suppose she would make a splendid queen indeed. For now, she is just the Earl of Shiring's daughter, and quite good at her role, if I may say so.
I want to see the lady.
My, you are just as rude as her previous visitor, aren't you? All want but no manners.
Can I see her?
May I see her?
May I?
As I said already, she won't receive any more visitors today. At least not any scoundrels. Not after that Hamley boy tried to propose to her. Again. She'd rather enjoy some quiet than another wide-eyed piglet who thinks himself a minstrel. Now, don't start singing, please.
Hamley?
Yes, Percy Hamley's son, William. Now, off you go. And farewell to you.
We have followers all over the south of England.
Of course. You're the Earl, after all.
A title doesn't guarantee anything, my son.
I don't understand. Is that why you sent all those letters?
We only know what's happening in the south. But Earl Robert is in the west.
Together we control the entire southwest.
Not all of it. But we have messengers in place to keep us informed about everything. Now, be quiet for a moment. Think.
Dobře. Kořistíme tady to kuře asi. Kuřecí stehno. Tak.
May I see the lady?
I told you she is not in the mood for pushy boys right now. She prefers someone a little more pleasant.
Dobře. Známe se. Co pak je tady za dopis? Lady Alieno. S velkou radostí se těším na naše setkání. Můj otec je nejbohatší muž v zemi a tvůj je zase hrabě ze Shiringu. Rodina bude mocnější než kterákoliv jiná. Nemusíš se obávat našeho nadcházejícího setkání, má paní. Určitě pro mě budeš vhodnou manželku. Můj otec nám staví dům. Budeš vařit, uklízet a také přijímat hosty. Budeš se starat o mé koně. Já ti za odměnu dopřeji mnoho bezestných nocí. Williame, no tak tímhle s tím dopisem si určitě nezískal.
No. The Earl is busy, boy.
OK. Tak, teďka máme možnost. Dáme kuře těm rytířům, nebo ho odneseme a dáme ho?
So, have you heard about anyone else who might need a mason?
Last summer they were building at the monastery in Shaftesbury, but they might be finished now.
Been to Shaftesbury. Already too many masons for too little work. What about Earl's Castle?
That's up to the Earl and his steward to decide. I can't say anything.
I found this in the keep's kitchen. Can you teach me how to be a knight now?
Shit. Oh, shit. You can't just steal from the Earl. We were messing with you, lad. Just messing.
Put that thing away. Quick. Let's pretend we didn't see it.
OK. Máme kuře. Pro někoho.
Boy, do us a favor and stay small.
There are too many fully grown bastards out there already.
Hard to tell where to stick your sword first.
Even a fool can see these buildings need work. If the Earl's not worrying about his stalls and his kitchens, it might be something else.
Mýtliče. Říct Tomovi o.
Did you know there's a princess living here?
Well, I heard the Earl has a daughter, but that's about it.
They refused you.
Well, just because work rarely falls into one's lap, that doesn't mean there is none. I'll give this place a look over while you tell your mother to be patient.
What are you looking for?
Something to convince the Earl that keeping things the way they are won't do for long. Could be something small, like washed out mortar or a loose column. Now, I need to see the hole before I can carve the rock.
OK.
I'm going to talk to some people. You just keep an eye out. And if you see something I can fix, let me know.
Komu dáme kuřátko? Komu? Komu z té rodiny bychom možná mohli dát kuřátko?
Is anything broken here?
My nose, I guess, and a few of my ribs.
And apart from that, we're fine.
Tady je rozbitá zeď. Tady je rozbitá studna. Tady dáme stejnko.
Wow, so much food. Your mother just gave me some nuts, though. Maybe Alfred wants some.
Okay.
Where did you get that?
Just eat it.
Well, all right. Maybe you're not so bad after all.
Tak. Studna potřebuje opravit.
There is one.
What?
There is a princess here.
Oh, show me.
Teďka se tam dostaneme.
Yes, Matthew?
There are two children downstairs, desperately wanting to see you.
Children?
A rather cheerful little girl and an annoying boy.
Well, considering that it is my role to tend to my father's guests, I believe I can see them.
Your father let you renounce a wedding. I'm sure he wouldn't mind if you declined this as well.
But a cheerful little girl?
And an annoying boy.
We will get along. You may bring them up. Oh, it's you. I noticed you and your parents from my window. What can I do for you? You're quite shy, aren't you? Would you like something to eat?
But they won't serve food yet.
They do what I tell them. I will have Matthew get you some bread.
Yes, please. Where's your mother?
My mother died.
Aren't you sad?
I was, but that was a long time ago. My brother Richard can't even remember her.
My mother's dead too.
When did she die?
Last week.
Oh. Who's that woman with you then?
That's my mother.
And where's your father?
I never had a father.
Where did you come from then?
From my mother. All young things come from their mothers. What have fathers got to do with it?
I think you should have a word with your mother. Come on, I want to show you something. Have you ever been up this high before?
No. Wow. All the people look so small. Like little mice. You must be up here every day.
I used to, but nowadays I try to hold myself back.
Why?
We are about to make some great enemies. If our first assault fails, they may want to lay siege to our castle, so I will have to get used to staying up here for a long while. I suppose this view will bore me soon enough. Till then, I'm trying to keep it special.
And you're sharing it with us? I don't think that I'll ever get bored by this.
Come on, let's go back down. Matthew will take you to your parents.
How did it go?
Oh, she was so pretty. Don't you agree, Jack?
Tak. Tady u něj rozpadla zeď, ale s tou zcela evidentně nemůžeme nic dělat. To je asi všechno. Co jsme tady našli?
The well is in bad repair.
It is? Yeah, very good, Jack. That's one thing the Earl needs to get fixed for sure. Anything else?
There is a wall without mortar.
If that's true, you have a very keen eye. Now, see if you can spot one more area of damage. Even better, keep an ear out for gossip about the Earl. If we can figure out what kind of man he is, we might learn what's important to him.
Ještě jeden kus musíme najít. Někde něčeho.
Lady Aliena is expecting an attack.
An attack? So the Earl is planning to go to battle. That's very helpful, Jack. Now, see if you can spot one more area of damage.
Tak kde ještě nějaký poškozený?
This isn't broken, is it? Is anything broken here? They're not talking to me.
Brána nevypadá, že je rozbitá.
I don't know.
Zkusíme to na něj. Jestli by nevěděl třeba o něčem.
Is anything broken here?
Well, these battlements could use a fresh stone or two, but apart from that...
Najednou to funguje. A je to.
The battlements are broken.
I noticed that already. Well, that should do for now. Now, stay sharp. You did a very good job, son. Now, come along. You deserve to see if it works.
Look, I'd like to give you work, but we don't need you.
I just hope you're not expecting a siege soon.
Why do you say that?
Your defences are in bad repair.
Be specific, man.
The mortar in your walls has come away in places. This leaves an opening for a crowbar, and once there's a hole, it's easy to pull the entire wall down.
Anything else?
Yeah. The keep has an undercroft with a wooden door. If I were attacking the keep, I'd go through that door and start a fire in the stores.
And if you were the Earl, how would you prevent that?
I'd have a pile of stone, ready shaped, and a supply of sand and lime for mortar. And a mason standing by, ready to block up that doorway in times of danger.
Matthew, may I have a word?
Well, we have a home.
Výborně.
You know, this is all thanks to your son.
What did he do?
He did what you were supposed to do. He kept an eye and an ear out, and finally helped me convince the Earl. Grab your things, everyone, and follow me. It's time we put a roof over our heads.
And thus Tom Builder had finally found work. Little did we know then that it wouldn't last for long.
Tak. Takže co? Úspěšně si požádal biskupa Valerana o pomoc. Asi Martě svého slaměného rytíře, aby jí pomohl být statečná, jasně. Ty Atvánová rodina jste dorazili do Arabětova, dal se Alfredovi něco k snědku, vypadá to, že si tě oblíbil, už nás nebude nesnášet vysloveně. Získal si důvěru syna Cutface a dozvěděl se o jeho tajemství. Řekl si alieni o Jackově otci. Pro rytíře si ukradl kuřecí stehno, našel si dopis Williama, jasně, pro tu alienu. Pomohl si Tomovi najít práci v Arabětovi. OK. Tohle to bylo celkem úspěšný.
It's good you sent your brother to tell your flock in St. John's about your nomination. If you'd gone yourself, they might not have let you leave again.
There is a good chance I will return to St. John's after the election today.
Why so pessimistic?
Many of the brothers still want Remigius to become prior.
Running St. John's must be hard work. But running Kingsbridge Priory would be a much greater task.
Perfect for our brother Philip. Tell me, Philip, what will be the first thing that you do when you're elected?
Co pak bude naše první věc? Postavíme skriptorium, musíme být zbožnější, musíme být soběstačný, opravíme katedrálu. Asi opravíme katedrálu. A musíme být soběstačný. Tyhle ty věci potřebujeme 100%. Zkusíme soběstačnost nejdřív.
We must become self-sufficient and pay off our debts.
Yes, we must.
It will take years of hard work.
You just keep doing what you have always done, Milius. And we will teach the brothers out there to do the same.
You cannot go in there.
What was that?
Who are these people? Hey! Step back. Step back, I said.
What is going on out there?
Soldiers?
Did they start a war again? Those fools.
Philip! It's Francis. They have Francis.
Francis.
Co se to tady děje? Úkol, co se to děje? OK, zjistit, co se to děje. Tak, co se to děje?
What is happening here?
Return to your brothers, monk.
We'll question you soon enough.
You have no right to be here.
Stand back. You cannot pass here.
They won't let us through. I tried.
What is going on here?
They said they're looking for someone.
They were questioning some of our brothers.
Brother Philip, I'm afraid these soldiers are looking for your brother. He has just arrived. 2 of them followed him into the cloister.
No, no, no.
What's your name? It would be easier for us all if you just came with us.
What about the child? Is it yours?
Francis.
Like it or not, you'll be coming with us.
We were looking for you.
You must be mistaken.
We got your description. If it fits a man, we bring him in. It fits you, so we're bringing you in.
Walter, just look at him. He's holding it like a woman.
What are you doing here? And who is... Who is that?
I found him. In the woods.
Hey!
Hey!
We fed him goat's milk in St. John's. Johnny Eightpence did. He says he misses you.
He was always very sentimental.
Hey!
Philip, you must not tell these men my name. My Lord Robert of Gloucester believes me to be in Winchester.
I gave the letter to the bishop. He said he'd help.
May God have mercy on us. I was wrong to send you.
What is it?
These men are with the bishop. He is here, in Kingsbridge.
The bishop is here?
Hey, you two. You should listen when you're spoken to. Who are you? And what about the child?
Did you make it? Did you two do it and make a little baby? By God, you look so funny. Oh, come on, let me hold him.
A name, or both of your names. Come on, you two.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
What?
One of the 10 commandments. Do you not know them?
Oh, save your words, monk.
Do you not know of heaven and hell?
I do. I know of them. I know of heaven and hell.
If you know and still go against the word of God, you will not be saved. Not heaven awaits sinners, but hell, the lake of fire.
We'll take hell, then.
No. No.
William.
What is your name, monk?
I am Philip. Philip of Gwynedd.
It's him we're looking for, not the other one.
Monks, they all look alike.
We were looking for you. Bishop Wailerun wants to see you.
Oh.
Hello.
We found him. He's here. Tell the bishop.
They found the monk. The bishop. Tell the bishop.
Go on, monk. We'll all keep an eye on you.
You will be safe.
He's expecting you.
Go on, monk.
That's him. That's the monk. We're in because of it. Tell the bishop.
Amen.
I thought he would at least be taller than me.
What is going on here, Philip?
I don't know.
He's expecting you.
Jo, tak doufám, že jsme to někdy někde nepohnuli.
Philip. There you are.
The Right Reverend Bishop Wailerun, by God.
Philip and I are already acquainted.
You were looking for me, my bishop?
I was. Remigius, Philip does look distressed, does he not?
Yes, he does.
Tell me, what is on your mind?
Vojáci vtrhli do převorství.
Soldiers have invaded the priory.
Invaded? Oh, of course. I have gotten too used to the presence of knights and nobles. The work of a bishop. The reason why these men are outside right now is your letter, Philip. As I suspected, it did convince my allies to go against the Earl of Shiring. These allies of mine insisted that their knight should accompany me along with their son, and very soon they will ride against the Earl.
I understand, my bishop.
Philip, I have the feeling that there is a storm rising. Right here, in Kingsbridge. And in the eye of that storm stands one man. You. Around you, things begin moving. Don't they, Remigius?
Yes.
But there is one important thing you have kept from me.
there is my bishop.
You did not mention that you, Philip, were nominated to be Prior of Kingsbridge. The brothers here will elect their new Prior today, will they not?
The election will take place in a few hours, my bishop.
We need a strong Prior. James was my friend, but a strong Prior he was not. We are in agreement on these matters, are we not, Remigius?
Of course, Right Reverend. The bishop and I agreed you should have this.
Až jakože rovnou, hnedka. Bez voleb. Růženec převoda Jamesa. Našel ho pod převod Remigius u řeky poblíž místa, kde se starý převor pravděpodobně probořil podlet. Dnes zůstává Jamesův hrob v katedrále prázdný. Převorovo tělo pravděpodobně odnesl ledový proud řeky. Mniši věří, že James vběhl na led za úsvitu prvního dne Vánoc, protože ho něco pronásledovalo. Někteří věří, že to byl sám ďábel. Bohužel nikdo neví, co se onoho rána skutečně stalo. Na řece v té době totiž nebyl nikdo jiný než převor James. V lednu roku 1136 dostal tento růženec Philip od Remigia a biskupa Valerana jako projev dobré vůle a důvěry v den volby nového převora v Kingsbridge. A tohle to bylo od koho? Tomáš. 1134. To je od někoho jinýho, je ten vzkaz, co jsme našli tam v tom mlýně.
Very well. Now, when your distinguished guests arrive, what will be the subject of your first sermon as the new Prior of Kingsbridge?
Mluvit o tom, že převor není nadřízený, mluvit o odvaze a potřebě změny.
I think what I would talk about is... I beg your forgiveness, but I do not understand.
Most of your brothers agree with me on this matter. Remigius has talked to them. They will vote for you.
As will I. And I will support you in your duties in my role as sub-prior.
A role you have fulfilled wonderfully in the past, Remigius. Wonderfully.
My bishop?
Philip of Gwynedd. You will be the new Prior of Kingsbridge.
In humbleness, I stand before you, most humbled by your trust and humbled by the great tasks ahead of us. We must restore Kingsbridge to do justice to the glory of God and to his mercy. The desperate and the hopeless everywhere shall hear our bells. They shall see our towering cathedral. Our great church will become a guiding light, but first and foremost, through our actions and our faith, we ourselves shall be such a light. A light to the lost, the hurt, and the suffering on their path to God.
The Earl of Shiring is not in attendance, it seems.
He is not. Shameful. He's busy preparing his siege on Winchester.
I trust he does not know we are about to foil his plans, Percy.
Answer the bishop, my husband.
No, he does not expect us, not at all. My men are ready.
So is our son.
Excellent. Excellent.
There you are. What's the matter?
Did I have a father?
Yes. Everyone has a father.
What happened to him?
He died before you were born.
How could he be my father if he died before I was born?
Babies grow from a seed. The seed comes out of a man's prick and is planted in a woman's cunny. Then the seed grows into a baby in her belly, and when it's ready, it comes out.
Zase je do tebe tam semínko.
Why did you never tell me? About father, I mean.
I needed you to be older. Trust me, once the time is right, I will tell you everything. I promise.
What was my father's name?
Jack, the same as you. They called him Jack Sherberg.
So, if there's another Jack, I can tell people that I'm Jack Jackson?
You can. People don't always call you what you want them to, but you can try. What is that? Jack, find the others. Then hide and don't come out till I tell you.
Stal se s převodem Kingsbridge. Valerian udělal, co jsi chtěl. No, jeho spojenci zaútočí na hrabětov. Williama vyděsilo, když se zmínil o pekle.
Oh, there are at least 200 of them at the river.
Knights again? What colors do they wear?
They are not knights, Philip.
They say they cannot pay. It is all right, Brother Paul. I told them that there's a toll. Who is your leader? Who will speak for you?
No one will speak for us, monk.
We were chased from every village.
They are outlaws.
Thieves.
We are no outlaws.
We come from Earl's Castle.
They killed our men.
My child! They killed my child!
By God. We cannot feed you. We barely have enough for ourselves.
To zvládneme nějak.
We will give them shelter.
Philip, we have not enough room.
We will give you all shelter, all of you.
I wish I had more to give.
More? We've given away almost all the food we have. What will these poor people eat tomorrow?
Before they came here, they fed themselves. They worked. Surely they can do that again.
There are more coming. Word is spreading fast.
What do we do now, Philip?
Give me the rest of the bread.
But...
Here, Philip.
Then help to clean out the empty houses and tend to the injured.
You heard our prior, brothers.
Budeme muset někde někoho podarovat chlebem. Mladé ženy a děti, zranění lidé, skupina uprchlíků, uprchlíci u mlýna. Ženy a děti, těm dáme asi jídlo. Jako první.
How do we deserve this? Why has God forsaken us?
He has not forsaken you.
But our children are sick. Our husbands were killed.
Thank you, Prior, for your clemency. I know there's only so much you can do.
The children are all alone. None of them are crying.
Earl Bartholomew was a good man. How they humiliated him in front of his children. It was not right.
He will come to help us.
No, woman, they will hang him.
But why?
A good man? Earl Bartholomew was a good man. They must have seen horrible things. They must have seen... They must have seen...
It was the Hamleys.
They couldn't get their rotten son married to our young lady.
If there is any justice in the world, the king will punish them.
Children, take some food. Please, take it. You have to eat. Here, I will put it here. Eat when you're hungry.
Tak, to je jedna věc.
Take some bread for your children.
This is not enough.
He has more bread. I saw it.
Please, our children are starving.
Give us bread for our children.
Víc toho nedostanete. Zranění. No, těm zraněným dáme ještě.
Take some bread.
Only one loaf of bread for all of us?
In Wigley they spat on us, and now you want to complain when this monk shows mercy.
But I...
Thank you, Father.
Please, give some to those people over there.
Us. We have
Why
nothing.
did this happen?
What did we
Our
do
children
wrong?
will die in this cold.
Wake
Please,
up, Pa.
let us stay, where we can work.
Tak. Poznámečky k tomu tady máme. Setkal jsem se s uprchlíky, kteří našli útočiště v našem převorství. Právě mi hrou strašné příběhy. Z politického hlediska bylo obsazení Hrabětova strategickým krokem na podporu krále Štěpána. Pro tyto muže, ženy a děti to však byla velká tragédie. Vyprávěli mi o Williamu Hamleigovi. To byl ten, co ho ta princezna, že ho odkopla, co ho nepřijala. Třech dalších jezdcích, kteří vedli armádu rytířů. Šlapali po každém, kdo upadl na zem. Zapalovali domy a křičeli na lidi, aby je donutili hlasitěji naříkat. Obyvatelé města prchali, neměli si co vzít sebou a neměli kam jít. Jen když jsem o tom slyšel, běhal mi mráz po zádech. Kdybych se do toho nezapojil, nic z toho by se nestalo.
Philip, we are running out of room.
Have you done as I told you?
We have cleared out the houses and put up fires. All houses are occupied, and our brothers are treating the sick and injured.
There is still some room in the guest house and in the dormitory. Tomorrow we will open the cathedral.
We need all the room we can get.
Prior Philip?
Yes?
I am Tom, Master Builder, and I'd like to rebuild your northwest tower.
Dear God, they look even worse than the others. Like they haven't eaten in days.
They just don't stop coming, do they?
I have worked on Salisbury Cathedral. My last employer was the Earl of Shiring himself. I know my craft. If you let your tower collapse, it may tear down parts of the nave. Hire me, and I'll make it strong again.
Do you not see how many there are in need? They need help as much as you do.
They all followed a profession once. They all want to work.
That child? You are raising a child?
My brother found Jonathan in the woods and brought him here. The poor boy would have frozen to death if it hadn't been for God's great mercy.
Jonathan.
Look, I am sorry, but all I can offer you is a place to sleep.
I'll accept. But I'd rather earn it. We didn't come here to beg.
Ask God, then. That wouldn't be begging, it'd be prayer.
You remember what I told you about the kindness of monks? Ask God. That wouldn't be begging, it would be prayer.
Oh, I will pray. I will pray for a thunderbolt to strike the church and level it to the ground.
I wonder if they refused us because of me.
Do they know you?
I used to live close to here, so it is possible.
Why can't Tom repair their church?
Because these monks want to hold on to their coin as long as they can.
And they can't see that it's about to collapse. If it did, I'd have work for a lifetime. But no, they believe it can all be held together by prayer.
Maybe that monk will change his mind. He seemed nice.
He won't. I could see it in his eyes. He's a stubborn one.
Can I look around a bit?
Yes, but don't stroll too far. Be cautious of those monks. I told you the baby would be safe.
What baby?
Monks may be whips, but they take care of their own.
He will grow up to be a monk?
He will.
Well, I guess there are worse things than growing up close to God. Jonathan. That's the name they've given him.
A gift from God.
Jonathan?
I wish I could hold him.
I know. But you have to be careful. They must never know that you are his father. Tom?
I'm fine. If only that stupid cathedral would fall apart.
I am not a ghost, little redhead, even if I am at death's door. If you go first, I will put you in the ground. It's what I do. I'll make it a nice grave. You'll like it, but you must dig me one, too, when my time comes. Agreed? That's good. Good. You must not be afraid to die. Death is not the end. There is more after. That's the secret. That is what all this here is about. You see?
Už je to čistý. Překvapivě.
Fall over already. The monks closed the big door. We're locked in now.
Takže že bychom do toho stříleli prakem.
Yes? Oh, hello. I'm afraid we're out of food.
Who is it?
The mason's boy. I'm sorry, but I cannot help you. Come back in the morning, will you?
Those poor souls. They can hardly sleep.
At least they don't have to take care of a baby.
Move, you stupid thing! Fall over already! Move, you stupid thing! Move, you stupid thing!
Takhle s tím asi nic neuděláme.
Who are you? Ah, you're one of the refugees from Earl's Castle, aren't you?
I'm from the forest.
From the forest? I saw you. You must be a refugee. Don't lie about it. We monks do not do things like lying. You again. I don't have time for children. Oh, why are they taking so long? He's always hearing things. First it's Adolphus, now Prior James. What's next?
You always see things.
So what? At least I'm no thief. Stop it. Tell us, what did you see? He was walking around the cathedral, and then he went here, into the river. Philip said Prior James did not commit suicide. So it couldn't have been him. Then what did I see? I saw something.
There are things deep in the woods, in the streams, the rocks. Many farmers give them offerings.
They shouldn't do that. They must be demons. An angel would not hide in the forest.
I believe only in what I see. I have never seen a demon, nor an angel. I can't believe you.
You don't even believe in Christ.
I will not change my mind on this matter. We will help them, all of them. Remigius, do you truly want to leave these people to die?
We should remove ourselves from the world, my prior. It is for God to decide, not us.
We will help these people. We must.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Remigius here is right. This is no place for children.
Now I remember her.
What is it now, Remigius?
This woman. She came with the builder.
Yes?
She is not a refugee.
What do you mean?
She's an outlaw. She's been here in the past. Prior James warned me about her. She is not from Earl's Castle. She's from the forest.
But her husband?
I doubt they are married.
Young man, are you not the builder's son? What's your name?
Jack stavitel. Ale to teďka můžeme tady jako vysloveně úplně tento noc. Ne, budeme...
Jack Jackson.
Son of Jack. Well then, you may go now.
He is not the builder's son. I knew it. He is her son. And of a man called Jack. Fornicators, that's what they are. Unmarried even. That woman must be expelled from Kingsbridge.
I had no idea. I will think about it.
Nemůžeme s ním mluvit. Hodný a zlý mnich. Jo. Se tam dostaneme.
I wish someone would just tear that cathedral down so we could start afresh.
That would require a miracle, and I really don't know a thing about them.
I'm so tired.
Come, I'll sing you a lullaby. Actually, it's Jack's favorite. A lark caught in a hunter's net sang sweeter then than ever, as if the falling melody might wing and net dissever. At dusk the hunter took his prey, the lark his freedom never. All birds and men are sure to die, but songs may live forever.
Why is the bowl on the pedestal? Do people drink here?
Ty, my tam vylezeme nahoru a něco tady provedeme. Že jo?
It won't move. Prior James. Very, very dry.
Ne. Že ne. Založíme tady oheň. A tím se to celý zhroutí.
Very dry.
Udělat to pro matku, udělat to pro Toma. Nedělat to. Jsem to chtěl uložit.
Water! I need water!
Nej. S tím už asi nic moc neuděláme.
So much smoke! There's a breeze coming from the back.
Z té krypty tam vylezla nějaká postava, ono to bylo schovaný za vrtku, nebylo to vidět.
It is you! By God and the devil! They sent you back to punish me. I told them we must repent for what we did to you, to all of them, for my sins. Cast me into the lake of fire.
My dear brother, only 2 days have passed since you left our priory. Much has happened in these 2 days. Many desperate men, women, and children have found refuge here. The Earl of Shiring was arrested, his castle taken by my bishop's allies. The people that we shelter were driven from that castle. Francis, I know this was not your fault, but I, myself, cannot but feel responsible for their fate. A couple has come to seek shelter at our priory. Remigius tells me the woman is a witch. Even if that is not true, they seem to live in sin. Remigius said to expel them for their act against God, but I decided against it. They might speak their vows as soon as opportunity is offered. Milius and Cuthbert have taken it upon themselves to feed the baby. They called it Jonathan, the gift of God. Johnny Eightpence was right. He loves goat milk. A gift of God. And yet someone gave up on him. I will not give up on him, or on anyone else. Not on us either, brother, even if the hope for my own redemption is as small and frail as Jonathan is. I pray that this letter finds you in good health. In consideration of my own, I ask that you not talk about our parents again. One must let these things rest. I have made my peace and won't hear any more of it. I heard from you that only 3 in Earl Robert's employ can read. One of them is my brother. Your brother, Philip.
Look.
No, no, no! Get out of there!
What is that?
By God! Save yourselves! The saint! We must save the saint! Fire! The whole roof is in flames!
My God!
Don't go in there! Adolphus! The saint! We must save him! No! No! Don't go!
Sakra, ono se to zřítilo úplně celý.
While the monks and refugees cleaned up, I kept hidden. I hadn't expected that a magnificent building like this could so utterly collapse. That the ignorant little boy that I had been could so easily turn it back into a pile of dirty stones. I knew then that I had done something wrong. And no one could ever find out.
Prior Philip, I had the site cleared. It should be safe now.
Good work. Thank you, Master Builder. This concludes a very long night, then.
Many people left already. They asked me to thank you for your kindness. They're sorry for what happened.
Well, they should thank God for his mercy. No one got hurt, no one died. 45 monks and 11 novices, all accounted for. No one's missing.
No one?
Milius and Cuthbert even saved our saint from the crypt.
Do you know what caused this?
Someone set fire to the roof.
Do you suspect anyone?
No. The church was empty when we locked the doors.
Oh, no one got hurt. The books were saved. Even the bones of your saint were unharmed. Maybe this happened for a reason.
What do you mean?
Here. Let me show you something. Tell me, what do you see?
Jiný úsvit vypálená katedrála. Asi úsvit?
I see dawn.
Right. Prior, I am deeply sorry about what happened to your church, but you must remain steadfast. No, you're only seeing the sunrise because you're facing east, straight east, like a church. Now, I know you have no money, and that helping people is more important, but we could start right here. Take the stones we've got, and the people who want to help.
So, what is it I am looking at, Tom Builder?
It's the aisle of your new cathedral.
I see it. I see now.
Jo. Asi pro přijetí uprchlíků souhlasil si, že Arnolda po jeho smrti pohřbíš. Díky tobě mniši vědí, že to a Ellen nejsou manželé. Přestože se Filip dozvěděl pravdu o Ellen, její dovoleno zůstat. Neměl si v úmyslu zapálit katedrálu, přesvědčil si Filipa k přestavbě katedrály v Kingsbridge. No, tak jsem si to chtěl uložit a chtěl jsem si zkusit různý možný jiný varianty. Ta hra mě nenechala. Co bude?
A few weeks later, I received an invitation from Bishop Waleran. In Winchester, we and Waleran's allies were to meet King Stephen himself. The bishop seemed assured that because we had helped the king, Stephen would support us in return. And that with his help, we would be able to rebuild Kingsbridge Cathedral.
Percy Hanley.
Bishop Waleran. Good morning.
Ali! It's them! Over there!
families.
Again, thank you for your assistance in Kingsbridge, my son.
We have to thank you. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. Right, Mother?
Of course.
Well, don't just stand there. Walk out with me, but very calmly. We can't let them see us.
Oh, children, pardon me.
Now we're only missing one more.
Here he is.
Good morning.
Bishop Henry, this is my prior.
Philip of Gwynedd, Prior of Kingsbridge, my Lord Bishop.
You won't have to say much today, Philip.
Leave the talking to us.
No, leave the talking to me. King Stephen is my brother, after all. Let us make haste. My brother is an early riser.
We must make haste. I want to go hunting in the New Forest. England is full of game. No comparison to Normandy. This country's still wild.
This is Waleran Bygod, the Bishop of Kingsbridge.
Waleran, I remember you. We've met before.
And Percy Hamley.
My king.
He brought Bartholomew to justice. And it's not the first time he's helped me. He has Norman blood in him. We should hunt together someday.
Indeed, sire.
Bartholomew, on the other hand, will not leave the jail alive.
Percy Hamley did not do it without help, my lord. It was I who told him of the plot against you.
And now you come to be rewarded as well. I see.
My brother, the Cathedral of Kingsbridge has burnt down. Waleran asks for a reward, not for himself. He asks for our church.
I take it your church cannot afford to rebuild that cathedral, Henry. Neither can the crown.
I, or rather Bishop Waleran, had an idea. You could give the Earl of Shiring's lands to the Bishop of Kingsbridge to finance the rebuilding of the cathedral.
I like the idea. But Percy and his men were the ones who took Earl's Castle, not Bishop Waleran. Right, Percy?
Yes, my king.
He knows the area, and he will be a loyal Earl, will you not?
Of course, my king.
You ought to give thanks to God first. God made you king.
Don't go on like that, Henry. Don't do that. You know what happens when you do that. It was a long way to this throne. A long way.
Yes, my brother.
Now I will hunt.
My Lord King, I thank you for being willing to reconsider the future of the Shiring earldom.
When shall we hear your decision?
Tomorrow. Bring my bow. Tell the men we hunt.
Philip, Waleran and I have much to discuss.
All right. But what can I do to help?
Well, my brother asked me to get a confession from the traitor Bartholomew. A confession would be helpful against those who believe Bartholomew's arrest was unjust, and it may help us to convince my brother to forget all about his promise to Percy Hamley.
Tady budeme muset vymýšlet nějaký doznání. Ale přátelé, 11. hodina, už zase jsem takový napůl mrtvolák. A ospalej, takže já to tady zase zapíchnu. Každopádně jsme s tím pěkně kousíček pohnuli teďka a už se tam začíná co si dít. Začíná se i přitulovat. Podařilo se nám zničit kompletní střechu. Ale díky tomu bude moc začít stavba té katedrály, což bude vlastně to hlavní gro v té hře. Takže jo, zatím stále dobrý. Zatím stále dobrý. Jenom mě mrzí, že na to nemám víc čas, že to nemůžu hrát další úseky, protože fakt jsem teďka jakože dost unavený a prostě si musím jít lehnout a nestíhám to nějak zavčasu zapínat, ale aspoň nám to vydrží díl. Takže jo, zabalím to tady, přátelé. Já vám všem děkuji za návštěvu. Přeju vám krásnou dobrou noc, nebo zbytek večera, pokud se ještě někam budete bavit. A uvidíme se zase. Nebudu slibovat, že to bude zítra, když tak sledujte zase nadpis vypnutého streamu. Když bude nějaký day offík, tak to tam samozřejmě někdy na večer písnu. Ale jinak teda se zase uvidíme u nějakého dalšího streamu.